Hello everyone and welcome back to Jacqs Scraps. Thanks for joining me today. It has been quite a while since I have been back on YouTube, and it's not that I didn't want to be here, but it's been because I've been busy behind the scenes creating something new to share with all of you. So let's find out what that is. Over the last couple of months, I have been collaborating with Country Craft Creations on a new product line, and I have been the designer of the products on that line, or at least some of them. So today I'm going to share with you one of those fabulous products that I created with Country Craft Creations, and I'm so excited. This is a new product line called Heritage, and these are specific products designed to preserve our stories, honor traditions, and celebrate the past while making memories for the future. And it's really about creating keepsakes that you can pass down generation to generation. And while that is just like all of our other products, such as mini albums, folios, and all of that, this is just a little bit closer to home as it is about junk journals. I just love junk journals, and if you followed my channel for a while, you know that I used to create them a lot more than I have recently, where I've gotten into mini albums and folios and all of that good stuff. But that is where I started. Journaling is really at the core of my being, and I totally believe in the concept of journaling, keeping memorabilia and memory keeping. And so when I got together with Tamara, who is the owner of Country Craft Creations, we both had this idea basically at the same time, and we came together and we made it happen. So with the Heritage line, there are 3 new products coming out, and here is the first one. And it is called Petals and Letters. This is a hybrid junk journal collection that is 11 by 8.5 inches tall. And what is unique and special about this collection is that it is not digital. It is a printed, edge-to-edge printed on cotton vellum Bristol, which is the signature paper that Country Craft Creations uses. It is luxurious. It feels fantastic. It's perfect for junk journaling, mini albums, folios, card making, all of your projects. And that's what Country Craft Creations paper collections are on. And it's great to score. You can stamp on this, which makes it perfect for junk journaling. So let me give you a little show. Here is our combined label, Country Craft Creations and myself. Super excited. This just fit right in because I have always collected pigs, so this is just perfect. But we call it a hybrid junk journal because while we have crafted this to be for junk journaling, it is also for mini albums, card making, all your projects. So don't look at this as just for junk journaling. It is, but it's also for more paper crafting projects. So this is the cover. You will get 8 double-sided designer papers, and that's 16 unique designs in total. And like all of the Country Craft Creations collections, you get 3 of each design. So that is a total of 24 sheets. And you get 4 sheets of cut apart ephemera, and you actually get 2 of those. So that's 8 in total. Those are single-sided because a lot of the ephemera we found you would only really be using one side of it, and if you use the other side, you can always just put on pattern paper, solid color cardstock, and all that. But I'm going to dig in to show you a new collection with Country Craft Creations. So here is our first design. You'll notice on the designs that it does have a border frame, just like with junk journals. If you buy them digitally, that's how they come. So all you would really do is score down the half and fold it, and then you have your 1 page that can go into your signature and create your journal pages. This is a very shabby chic design with delicate florals and vintage inspired elements. We have pearls and lace, and of course our vintage letters in the background. There's so many different layers I've added on here, and it's just so exciting. We have little stamp here with the hearts. So this is perfect for Valentine's, Mother's Day, just everyday crafting, and even weddings or bridal parties. It's going to be perfect for all kinds of crafting. So on the fronts, you're going to see this double kind of layout spread where you have an area for journaling on one side and then a beautiful image on the other. And then on the back sides of the designer sheets, you're going to have a full page design. Now, quite frankly, you could cut this in half and use this on a card front. Like, how beautiful would that be? And put this inside for your sentiment area. So you can see how it is going to be quite versatile. I love this. I put the little pearls up here, and we have these falling rose petals. You can see the little pearls there as well. Just gorgeous. I hope this is coming through okay. It's just really exciting to finally have created my own paper collection. Here's the next page. I love the butterflies on this one. Now, I didn't put too many butterflies in this because it really wasn't the focus, so we just have a few complementing the paper collection. And here on the back side, we have some, it's very distressed and vintage looking and feel. We have some text going on. There's even different shading in the background. I don't know if you'll even be able to see that, but when you get this in person, you'll be able to see it. There are some butterflies here that are so faint. They blend in. Here is our next design. Again, we have the florals with the pearls and the hearts. There's a little stamp over here. Love these little metal corners that I put in there. Some of the journaling spots have lines, and then some are solid. When I created this, I also alternated the journaling spot. So if we go back to the beginning, you'll see here it's on the right, then the left, then the right. So I alternated those in addition with the lined journaling spots to blank ones. And here's the back side. I just love this little mask of florals and butterflies there. Now this has a bit of a gray and vintage tones to it, so like a tea dye or coffee dye tone with the gray sneaking through. Lots of lace here. You could cut into the lace and make it a little pocket. That's kind of what I did here, and I overlaid the lace on it. I don't know if I need to move this around or not. I'm just trying to show you some of the detail. And here's the back side. We have really faint roses here in the background on both sides. And then we have the lace. This is our next one. Little peaks of lace coming through there and here. This is so gorgeous. I love this one with all the different layers, again, with the falling petals. Those were so pretty and fun to play with. I got like a little layered look down here with them. Here we have like a lace overlaid onto text, onto a vintage type background. We have lace up here at the top, and then there's some very faint tonal butterflies to go in with the whole background. again, we have the gray tones with a bit of vintage splashed on there and text. Just look at all the different layers though. So fun to create. I love this background. I have like roses peeking through this pattern. Oh, so gorgeous. I could have done a whole wallpaper on that. And now we're into the ephemera. So just like a digital junk journal kit, it will come with ephemera, pockets, and envelopes, things like that. And these, you should be able to put this in your scan and cut these out with no problem, because I specifically made sure that there were lines or borders around the images so that the machine would pick up on that. So we have some stamps here, some envelopes, a little Polaroid, and we have tabs, some washi tape, and then we have just some elements here. There's a wax seal, a little lock and key. Now these are mirrored so that you can use them individually, or you could glue them back to back and make like a little charm dangle with it, which is what I thought I would do. And then we have these cute little elements here. Goes along with the theme of petals and letters. And like I said, it's blank on the back. Here are the pockets and cards. So we have a little postcard, there's a little invoice here, and like a journal ledger, and then a little roses and a tag. And these pockets will fit the page of tags, which I'll show you here in a moment. So for the cards, you know, you could do some stamping on the back, add another pattern paper or solid color paper, or even a photo, and then that would cover the back up if you don't want it to be white. Here are the tags. I love these. They're so gorgeous. With the tags, you get 3 that are 3 by 6 inches tall, and then you get 2 smaller ones, which are 2 1/4 by about 4 3/8, a little bit over. You get, you know, another little rose to cut out and layer, and then you get 2 smaller tags, and these are 1 1/2 by 3. With the tags being layered like this, you can cut them out individually, or you could cut 2 out, score down the center of them, and fold it over like a little booklet, or you could glue the 2 back to back. So that gives you some options for the tags. And then of course these will fit into the pockets. I love the tags though, they're gorgeous. If I do say so myself. When I'm saying that, I kind of forget that it's a collection I've designed, so that's kind of funny. And then we have some sentiments here. And then of course we have these larger sentiments, like for covers or whatever, cards, more Polaroids, some roses, another little stamp, so cute. And this is an envelope, so you'd cut this out, score it here, here, and then on the sides. These fold in, and this folds up, and this folds down, and then you have your little envelope. Now, again, on the back, if you did have a digital paper, you could print that on the back of this so that your envelope isn't white. You could also take your stamp and ink it up, and that would be great too. Or even add a thin piece of pattern paper or vellum that would be patterned if you didn't want a white back on that. So that is Petals and Letters, the Hybrid Junk Journal collection. This is the main collection. And to go along with this, we also have a companion pack. So let me show you what's in this kit. You will receive 10 of this design. It is double-sided. And on the front, you have lines. So these could be extra lined pages in your journal. It'll have lines on the front, if you can see here. I love the roses in the background. So this is like the vintage style color. And then on the back side, it is just a full page design with no lines. So again, if you folded it, you'll have options with lines and without. You'll get 10 of this design. You'll get 10 of this design, and this has the gray coloring. So it's the same with the lines on the front, and then full page design on the back. So that's 20 extra sheets there that you can add to your journals and other paper crafting projects. Then you'll also receive 2 of the planner sheets. You have a monthly calendar on one side, a to-do list here, your top 3, and then there's a tracker. There's 7 days and 5 weeks is what's in the tracker. And then there's a little notes section down here. So you'll get 2 of these in this color, and this is the full page design on the back. Again, when you fold it in half, you get that beautiful design with little doilies here on both sides. And I didn't think you would put multiple monthly planners in one journal. I mean, you could if you have a very big one. So that's why we only put 2 of these in there. But you will also get the same planner design in the gray color. So you'll get 2 of these as well. And I did put the same pattern on the back of this again, because I didn't think you would necessarily put 2 monthly planners in a journal. It could happen. I don't know. I don't think so. I've never done that. But, you know, because your journal would get so big putting multiple months in there. But anyways, I just love this pattern. It's so pretty. Love the doilies on there. So that's the companion pack. Again, you'll get 2 of the gray, 2 of the vintage color planners, 10 of the gray lined and blank pages, and 10 of the vintage colored sheets. In addition to these 2 products, we also will have a junk journal accessories kit. This will be listed soon on the website. And this is an exclusive curated kit of authentic vintage materials, meaning it could be, you know, vintage papers such as advertising, catalogs, receipts, invoices, banknotes, you know, things like that that are authentic. You might have some vintage fibers included. And then we're also going to include some more modern materials such as tea-dyed or coffee-dyed papers. Tamara has done some beautiful paper dyeing with lace on them. Oh, they're just gorgeous. I'm sorry I don't have that to share with you. And if you would like to see more of the details that's included in the Junk Journal Accessories Kit, I've linked Tamara's video below. She did a live video where she revealed the new products, as well as went through some of the items that's going to be included in this accessories kit. So this will be coming soon to the website, but these 2 items are listed now on the website, and I will have them linked down below. Please know that those are affiliate links, and it just helps me out a little bit and to be able to continue to bring you items and things on my channel. And I do appreciate you using them if you do. Now we are going to strive to continue to bring you a new professionally printed junk journal collection every 6 weeks or so. I don't want to pigeonhole us in because we believe in quality over quantity, but that is our goal. In fact, I've already kind of started getting some things together for the next collection. I think you're going to love it. And maybe I'll bring you a sneak peek soon about that. Whenever we bring out a new junk journal collection, we will also have a companion pack that will be themed along with that collection. So just so that you know what's coming up. And in addition to all of this, I also created a freebie for you all. I just printed this one out. This is a digital item. These are not a digital item, just to be clear. This was created so that you can celebrate with us about our new product line, which is Heritage, and our products within that line. The first ones being Petals and Letters. I will leave a link for this freebie down below. These are bookmarks, and I thought maybe I would create them with you. So let's take a moment and do that. Before I get started on putting the bookmarks together, I wanted to talk a little bit more about how you can print them, what's the best paper to use if you're printing from home. My recommendation is to use typically a 32-pound weight paper. However, I have recently found another copy weight paper that you can use that's really quite good as well. So this first version is on hammermill, inkjet, and laser copy paper. It is 24-pound and, you know, the highest brightness that it comes in. And it really printed out quite good. I'm liking it a lot. When I compare it to some of the other prints that I made, it's basically the same. So if you're looking for a particular brand of copy weight paper, I recommend hammermill. As you know, I typically recommend a 32-pound weight paper. I do that because it's a little bit of a heavier paper, and quite frankly, it just feels good in the hand. I like the quality that it gives you when compared to copy weight. And when you're cutting out items like this, you want them to be on a little bit of a heavier stock paper. So if your machine can't take cardstock, I recommend a 32-pound weight paper. And it is the Hammermill Premium Color Copy Paper. So you can see the difference there is basically no difference. This is a little bit heavier, and again, it just feels really good. The next version I wanted to share with you is Country Craft Creations has a 65-pound weight smooth paper, and that's pretty new to their cardstock line. This is a good quality cardstock for doing photo mats and card bases and things like that, but it also prints out well for digital printables. So I wanted to specifically share that with you. So if we compare, it looks just as good as when it's on the copy weight paper. Now this is Country Craft Creations 65-pound vellum whipped cream paper, and it also prints out really well. Now you can see my printer did not like the 65-pound weight. Quite frankly, I think I need a new printer. It used to be able to take cardstock, and lately it hasn't been able to take it through. So I print a lot on cardstock, and that's why I might need to get a new one. But when we compare it with the 65-pound just white smooth cardstock, and this is the whipped cream cardstock. So as you can see, the whipped cream is not a pure white cardstock, which is nice. It's great for vintage, so perfect for vintage printing, right? And it just has a very nice smooth texture. This is a high quality smooth cardstock as well, but this one feels, I don't know, it's got that vellum feel to it. Very luxurious. Here is an example of printing on Epsom Premium presentation paper. The image does appear a little bit brighter, and I do recommend this paper. However, let me tell you what I don't like about it. One, it doesn't seem to go through my printer anymore, but that's just my machine issue. And the one thing that I don't like about it, even though I love that it prints out nice and bright, when you are using adhesive and the adhesive gets on here, it's really quite hard to get it off. And then it gets kind of icky feeling on the paper, and that's what I didn't like about it. Otherwise, I really do like the paper, but I just don't like that it doesn't work well with adhesive, in my opinion. And then the last option I wanted to share with you is printing on Epson Ultra Premium photo paper. And of course, you get this really vivid color because it is actually photo paper. When you're doing bookmarks, you may want to consider printing on photo paper so you have that nice quality, you know, because it's nice and heavy. But quite frankly, you could do it on any of these other papers. So I just wanted to really show you the different textures and types of papers that you can use, and you basically get the same results. What you're going to find that mainly changes is the saturation or the brightness of the printed image. Okay, so there they are. I wanted to kind of lay them out so you could see all of them. So here we go from photo paper to the presentation paper to Country Craft Creations whipped cream, Country Craft Creations smooth cardstock. We have Hammer Mill 32-pound weight, and we have Hammer Mill 24-pound weight, and it's the inkjet and laser paper. So you can see really just the saturation color and brightness changes, but they're all going to look good. This is a vintage style design, and when you create it and cut it out, it's going to go perfectly. So let's do that. Let's cut one out. Okay, I thought I would just go through using my Scan and Cut. I have 2 videos about using the Scan and Cut, which I can link down below for you. But I thought I would go ahead and do this since I'm kind of talking to you about it again. So I've added my image onto my Scan and Cut mat. It's loaded into the machine, and what I'm going to do is select Scan, Direct Cut, and then I'm going to select the machine image. And what we're going to do, I see that it's already set at 12 by 12 in color, so that's good. I don't have to change that. I'm just going to hit Start. And you can see it's running through. Forgive me if this is a little bit wobbly of a video. It's because I'm holding it by hand. Okay, so it says to frame the image. So I'm just going to move these arrows up closer to the image so it doesn't focus on all this writing around it. We don't need any of that. And then we can get rid of any excess. I'm going to take the smoothing and go up a little bit higher to see if it kind of ignores some more of the text that's near the images. Now remember, you can cut these out by hand. Again, I'm just showing you this for those that do have the machine. Okay, I'm going to go through the edit process and see if it's picking up anything. And as you can see here, it's going to pick up the text here on the side. So we want to delete that part. So right here it has a little red box. We don't want that. We can delete it. So now it's selecting the entire image, and that's good. So let's go to the next one. Again, it's finding that little arrow. We don't need it, so we just delete it. And then it selects the whole image. So we can go ahead and say okay. Okay again, and you look at the mat and you can see it does have one little arrow up there, so that'll be interesting to see what happens there. Or we can go back, hit edit again, go through it again. It's not picking it up as an individual image, so we're just going to say okay. We're going to select cut, and now it's going to get ready, and we hit start. My mat is just no longer very sticky. Even when I do clean it, it's still not very sticky. So hopefully this doesn't move while it's cutting. Okay, so you just say okay, and we're going to take it out. Okay, so here we are. back at the desk, and as you can see, it did cut out my arrow. That's quite funny. It must be because I had it so close, it saw it as one image. But that's easily remedied, right? We just take our scissors and cut that puppy right off. So that's good to go. And here is the other one. Now, if you want this to be 2 separate bookmarks, all you got to do is bring out your cutter. I would turn this around and then put it in to cut it. Or you could use your scissors, of course. I think I'm going to score it and make it a double-sided bookmark. So again, I'm going to turn this around to make it easier. Line it up with any of the lines in your scoreboard, or use a ruler and your scoring tool, and then just score on that black line. And then burnish. Because it's photo paper, it's making funny noises. Let's see how it's looking. Oh, that's going to be nice as a double-sided bookmark. Now, the next thing I want to do is punch out the hole. So I'm using an 1/8 of an inch hole punch. You could use the regular hole punch that's a little bit bigger. I think that might be a 1/4 of an inch. But the 1/8 works perfectly in there. I'm going to add some art glitter glue here. We'll see how well the photo paper and wet adhesive work. If not, I'll just add some adhesive tape. Now, I'm not going to use my bone folder on this because I don't want any lines, even though I do have a Teflon bone folder. I just want to be, you know, secure in knowing that I'm not ruining it. Yeah, I think it needs adhesive tape. Yeah, it's just popping right back open. Okay, let's do this again. And that's a little better. Yeah, I think I'll probably put this under a book to flatten it out a little bit more. Now, the next thing you could do is pull out some tassels and add a tassel to it. I'm gonna put these up here. I have this really pretty burgundy and green one. That might go. I'm just gonna use this one for our demonstration purposes. Just gonna push it through and see if I can loop that. And there we have it. Our cute little bookmark. Now, for this one, this is a corner bookmark. Going to need your scoreboard and your scoring tool. I'm going to line up the line here with a groove in my scoreboard, or use your ruler. Just score that and then turn this around. And I'm going to, so you're scoring on this line here and this line here. Okay, we fold back on that top hinge and we fold over. And these, you know, should come together. They should be the same size. And what I'm going to do is just add adhesive here on the little hinge. I don't know, I must have got ink on this. I'm going to use 1/4 of an inch adhesive tape here. Again, I'm using the tape because I'm using photo paper. It just works better. But if you're using copy paper, you could just use wet adhesive. And then just fold this one over, make sure this is down, and fold this over on top. You want this to be flat, so don't let there be any curling or bubbles. You want that to be flat. And so there's the bookmark, the corner bookmark. I'm gonna go get a book so I can show you what it looks like. So if we had a book that we needed to mark our spot, or even in your journal, you can use these in your journals. It would just go right over the corner of the page like that. And quite frankly, you could then tuck other things up underneath there. You could add a paper clip on top. I'm talking about when you're working with your junk journal. And there we have it. So these are just a fun little item to go along with our Petals and Letters junk journal collection, as well as our companion pack and our accessories kit. I am super excited to be bringing this to you all. And I even created 3 different blogs to talk about the Heritage line. I also introduce a little bit more of the details that you can find there if you have any questions about the products. And I started a junk journal series. And the first one is what are junk journals? It's just a real keeping it simple kind of blog article about what junk journals are, how they have evolved, and where we are today. And so I will also be bringing another blog article in that series that will talk about the uses and the different types of junk journals. So that's coming next. Everything I've talked about is linked down below. I hope that you take a moment to check it out and help celebrate with me and this new collection for Country Craft Creations called Petals and Letters. Thanks everyone. I'll see you next time.